let's do this. And then let's do this. Hi, Jan. How are you doing? Rena, I tried to invite you into the live. I wasn't sure if you'd accept it or you'd accept it. Oh, wow. We got a person.
Oh. It's really hard. Sorry. Oops.
We got a person.
Who else is here?
Um, uh, so, what? So we have Allison. So we have Allison. Right? Hi, Allison. Can you hear us?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to. Oh, God.
No one ever
Sorry.
means to. No one ever means to. Yeah, no one ever means to. They do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
See my shirt?
No.
No. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
So
Wait, can you see me?
Yo, yeah, I can see you too.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's an echo.
Oh, what?
Oh, look, I didn't do any makeup today, so
I never do any makeup. What are you talking about? Oh, shit.
This is what we do.
This is what.
Yeah, people will tell you.
People will tell
you. Yeah, people will tell you. I randomly told people in, and it's cool. Though.
Well, I appreciate you so much, but I just didn't want. Oh my God! Look at my eye. Oh my God. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm in a dark room, just like trying not to be seen. Ugh. Have you ever felt like that?
Oh yeah, I've done it to many people.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I don't know how. Wait.
So here you go.
Okay.
Your first time live on the Wendy Show.
Yes.
You can ask me any question. And then you get to talk for 3 minutes about whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, I don't want. I just want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, it can't be that important.
Yes, it is very important because of who you are. Oh my God. Why can't I see that? Why can't I see myself? Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just a rando.
I do that. I do that. I'll pull you off. So that. But I just be aware.
No.
I just be aware. I do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, oh, look, there's another person. Good. Talk to her. What's her name?
Oh, that's Chris.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. You see
I'm
my
not.
shirt?
What?
It says imagine people being scared of diversity versus being afraid of
Dictatorship.
Right. Well, I love Wendy the Druid.
Oh, well, thank you. As a druid, I appreciate.
You know what?
What?
For some reason.
What is? What's your definition of a druid?
Okay, so if you hit the mute button on your phone, I'll tell you.
I can't hit the. What the hell?
Yeah, it's
Wait,
usually on the top right. There's a little microphone. Just tap that. Okay, there you go. Perfect. So a druid is a member of the Order of Bards, Ovets, and Druids, which is an organization out of the United Kingdom that is an organization that attempts to celebrate the original Druid dogma and spirituality. And all Druids believe in the embodiment of a spirit of the earth. Many Druids believe in Brigid. I happen to ascribe that the mother of the earth is a spirit called Gaia. And there are other Druids that use other delineations for that. um, for that derivation, and we're basically healers, oral traditionalists, which does not mean that we practice oral sex, although we could, depending, and then natural engagement. So we're a bunch of tree hugging, herb shoving people that sing random songs in an attempt to pass oral traditions down to people. And so it is a very I get accused of being a pagan a lot, but it's a very natural path pagan religion. And so yeah, that's what being a druid is. Uh, I'm not a D&D character. I can't turn into animals in the middle of the night. Like I can't turn into a bear or a wolf or whatever, but people ask me that all the time. Like if I had become a druid, can I eventually turn into a wolf? No. No, really can. So that's why. But I get asked that from D&D and tabletop RPG fans or whatever. They'll ask me, can I turn into an animal? No, you really can't turn into an animal. So that's what being a druid is about. And so one of the things that I happen to be really good at, and people who are in the chat will tell you this, I tell stories really well. So I'm a very oral tradition-y person. I believe that, yeah, telling story, which is one of the reasons why I write long form on a newsletter like Substack or whatever, because those are oral traditions that need to pass down to people, and so that people can learn about shit and, et cetera, et cetera. Okay.
Well, oral traditions, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, oral traditions are part of the Native American culture and indigenous people, and they get lost down through.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, and so it's totally that's what I believe in. I'm a recovering
I
Catholic.
lost your audio again. Crane, you're still there, right?
Did you hear me?
I'm still here.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. There. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're echoing really bad.
I'm a recovering Catholic.
Oh, then you definitely need to hang out with us. Oh crap, we just lost her. Okay. I don't know what happened, but we lost you. But it's okay. So there you go. There's your druid education for the day. So let me bring up my stuff for today. By the way, did everyone see my team study Bible post? I thought that was fucking funny. I thought that was really fucking funny. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Corinne, you're like feeding back really bad too. There you go. I don't know what's going on there. So I figure we'll talk today about as soon as I can find another host. Let me see who I can. Let's see who we can. Lisa Third Estate. Lisa Third Estate definitely wants to get involved in this discussion. We'll see if she accepts. Hi, Musings. It's good to see you again, by the way. Musings on interesting times. I hadn't seen you in some time. So, oh, you're still working? Okay, cool. That's okay. We don't have a Rick, though. I mean, I want to drag Rick because this is a very Rick conversation that we need to have, but I don't see Rick.
What's the
Um, so political violence across the spectrum. So today's geopolitical was today's geopolitical is the drift between right wing violence and left wing violence, and what the difference between the two of them is. And so, to understand that, we sort of have to understand. So, right wing political violence in America was historically operated as a mechanism of social control. So the lynchings that happened in the 20s and 60s. Now, lynching is a really delicate topic right now because of the Delta University hanging that happened to, I think, is Tyler Reed is his name. Yeah. Oh gosh, ouch. Your microphone is not happy, Corinne. I don't know what it is. So yeah, and that was clear. I mean, so he was hanging from a tree, and Anne sent me an article about it. I'm going to do a write up about it tomorrow. But he was hanging from a tree on the school campus, and the cops ruled that it was a suicide, and that's not a suicide. Hanging from a tree, the way that he was hanging, and having the injuries he had injuries like his arm was broken and something else, and yet police ruled that as an a self-unaliving event, when no, it was very clearly a lynching. I mean, it had all the earmarks of a lynching. And so the most devastating period of right-wing violence in American history happened during the Jim Crow era uh, of uh, of laws, and that was just systemic racial terror. The scale of and the public nature of that violence defied conventional notions. Lynching did not happen in the dead of night by masked figures. It happened in broad fucking daylight. And in front of crowds of hundreds of thousands of people. Sometimes it was even advertised in the newspaper. And that spectacle of violence served as a dual purpose. It eliminated perceived threats to white dominance while terrorizing the entirety of the black community in that time, which caused the Ku Klux Klan to come into existence, although the Klan existed before that. But I want to be very clear about this. The Klan was a conservative organization. It's very common for people to attribute the Ku Klux Klan to the Democratic Party. And we've talked about this. You're taking the Democratic Party and the Republican Party and conservative and liberal and trying to jam them together, and it doesn't work that way. Because there were Democrats in the time of the Ku Klux Klan that were viscerally conservative. David Duke, the grand dragon of the KKK, was a conservative Democrat. And so what that requires you to understand is the difference between what they called down south, here in the South, a Dixiecrat. A Dixiecrat was basically a conservative Democrat. Liberalism, the liberalism that the conservative Republicans bitch about now, didn't really come into existence in modern politics until the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So before that, like virtually every Democrat and virtually every Republican were all conservative. hard left liberalism did not come into existence until much later. So the Klan, which was founded in 1865, and is characterized by historians as America's first terror organization, because it was a terrorist organization. Many KKK members held government positions. There are many that have suggested that a president that we had during that time from 1865 to 1953, we had a president who was a KKK member, and we've just never found out about it. Edwin DeBar, one of the 4 original instructors of the KKK, went to the University of Oklahoma, which was opened in 1892. And the Klan's influence extended well beyond adult membership. There were communities that raised their kids in the Klan. And so right-wing terrorism was rampant through that period of time. And it just happened. It just, what a horrible nightmare. But going into the 70s and 80s, that terrorism would change into what we now experience as modern right-wing terrorism. So right-wing violence in the modern era reached its apex with Timothy McVeigh. Let's put a bunch of bomb materials in a van and blow up a federal building. And so, McVeigh's 90s bombing of the Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City was a hallmark change to right-wing terrorism, or right-wing political violence. And McVeigh's radicalization process illustrates the evolution of that violence. He was influenced by the Turner Diaries, which was a 1978 novel that is considered by many to be the Bible of the racist right. And he found community on the gun show circuit, hanging out with gun people. His connections to organized groups that extended into that. McVeigh and his co-conspirator Terry Nichols had connections to the Wolverine Watchmen. They knew the Ruby Ridge people. I mean, they knew all of these smaller militia groupings. And that just continued to cause that radicalization to occur. It's the same radicalization that basically got 3 guys together in an attempt to kidnap and kill Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. It's the same. It's the same issue. So the modern era has witnessed just an unprecedented surge in right-wing extremism. Most of the terrorism data that comes out of cited references indicates that right-wing extremists perpetuated 2/3 of the domestic attacks in the U.S. And within that, so say in the United States in 2019, over 90% between January 1 and May 8th of 2020 were predominantly right-wing terrorist and violent organizations or individuals who lean that way. And so the distinguishing feature of this, by and large, of that violence is the relationship between state institutions. So ACLED data shows that police used far greater force at left-wing protests than at right-wing protests throughout the 2010s and 2020s. So right-wing protests experienced less resistance, which empowered right-wing groups to commit more crime and to do more violent acts. The January 6th paradigm shift. So when the insurrection on the Capitol happened, that basically just empowered an entire group of people to say, okay, we stormed the Capitol. we were in jail for a year, and then the president pardoned all of us, and we're okay now. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And that paradigm shift, the direct assault on democratic institutions by supporters of an incumbent president, meant that they could do whatever the fuck they want, say whatever the fuck they want, and act whatever in the fuck way that they wanted to indicate that they could get away with these things. And political violence in the U.S. Has been greatest in the suburbs, where Hispanic American and Asian American immigration has been growing the fastest, in particularly heavy Democratic metropoles surrounded by Republican-dominated rural areas. And so those rural areas encourage this this shift. Most of the arrested January 6th insurrectionists hailed from areas just outside of blue districts in red states. Recent data even underscores that continued dominance of right-wing violence. The Anti-Defamation League found from 2022 to 2024, all 61 political killings in the U.S. were committed by right-wing extremists. And right-wing extremists have been involved in 267 domestic terror incidents and 91 fatalities since 2015. That number of people is incredulously disturbing.
Are you familiar with the weatherman?
Yeah, I get to that. I get to that.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. So tomorrow's article covers the weatherman. So we'll have if you want to talk about the weatherman, we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow.
That's fine. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun conversation, by the way. Because and get this, there are people that do not know that ever happened. Shockingly. Like the whole weather, like you say the weatherman thing to them, and they're like, "What the fuck is that? I never heard of that." Oh, okay. So tomorrow I've got a categorical pick apart, layer by layer, bullet by bullet, of all of the people that committed violent acts over the last 100 years and what their political affiliation was. Because if I'm going to talk about right-wing versus left-wing violence, I have to be able to categorize who was politically affiliated at what time and why not. For instance, Dylan Roof was very clearly a right-wing radicalized white supremacist.
Yeah, of course.
And he killed a bunch of black people.
Mm-hmm.
So left-wing political violence in America is fundamentally different from right-wing, its right-wing counterpart. So right-wing violence is historically served to maintain existing power structures. Left-wing violence has emerged as a response to those injustices.
Right.
So the early period of left-wing violence was primarily associated with labor organizing and anarchist movements. The U.S. has a history of leftist militant activism traced from radical abolitionists such as John Brown.
My hero.
You're right. Through massive labor protests of the Gilded Age. That was all in response to the nature of right-wing terrorism that was happening at its time. And so when the revolutionary decades peak happened in the 60s and 70s, violent fringes were mostly on the far left, committing extensive violence largely against property instead of people in the name of social and environmental and animal rights causes. So here we go. The Weather Underground. So the Weather Underground was an American far-left Marxist militant organization that was first active in 1969 with an express political goal to create a revolutionary party to overthrow the United States government. The FBI describes the Weather Underground organization as a domestic terrorist group. However, the Weather Underground's approach was markedly different from right-wing violence. The police killing of Black Panther, Fred Hampton, prompted the Weather Underground to issue a declaration of war against the U.S. government, but their targets were typically government buildings rather than individuals. Their February 70 attack involved 3 gasoline-filled Molotov cocktails that were exploded in front of John Murtaugh's home, shattering windows, scorching surfaces, but nobody was killed and nobody lost their life because of that result.
They did say things like, if somebody died, then it was for the cause.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then right behind the Weather Underground was the Black Panther Party, which, Corinne, can you mute for a second?
I'm sorry?
Can you mute for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Beauty. The Black Panther Party happened in 1966. Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale originally created to patrol African American neighborhoods to protect residents from acts of police brutality. Now, remember, in the 60s, white on black crime, specifically white police officers, when confronting black individuals, it did not go well. I mean, there's a reason that paradigm is complicated. And so the Panthers' approach to violence was fundamentally defensive. Party members were among the first to openly challenge police violence, often converging on scenes when officers stopped young black men. And Linda, I want to be clear, I'm not bad-mouthing police organizations while talking about the Black Panthers, just more that the Black Panthers exist as a byproduct of dealing with the difficulties of that time. And so internal conflicts within the Panthers led Newton and Cleaver factions carrying out retaliatory assassinations of each other's members to happen, resulting in numerous deaths. From 73 to 78, there was the Symbionese Liberation Army, which was active, committing bank robberies. The whole Patty Hearst deal. Patty Hearst was involved in bank robberies because they were trying to change the system. So by the 1980s, though, most left-wing terrorist groups that had operated in the 70s and forward had disappeared by the mid-90s. Recent decades have seen precipitous drop in far-left political violence because the far left doesn't believe in political violence and murder and killing. That decline coincided with the end of the Cold War and the resolution of the Vietnam conflict, which sort of took all their gas away. So contemporary left-wing activity, Antifa, and things like that are focused on property. They don't kill people. They're not out to attack people. They're out to attack property. During the 2016 campaign and after, far left activists in the Antifa movement had used violence and the threat of violence in some cases succeeding in shutting down events where far-right groups were committing acts of aggression and violence. However, the scale and lethality of contemporary left-wing violence remains limited, and it is not, as violent as right-wing violent activity. Left-wing violence has historically focused on symbolic targets, buildings and corporate headquarters and military installations, rather than actually attacking civilian populations. They committed extensive, violence, largely against property, with notable exceptions, however, in the name of social, environmental, and animal rights causes. And Linda raises an interesting point. I'm not arguing, Wendy. I know what it was like in those days. I became a police officer first in 1972, and I worked with some horrible people in those days. They didn't even start standardized training in police until the late 60s and early 70s. And testing and background checks just became a thing around that time, too. Even with all those improvements, we still have a lot of problems with who are attracted to the job, being a police officer. Many departments are finding if they hire mainly females, they have less problems. Gosh, I wonder why. Um, I could have said that was a duh moment. The agency are retired from us now. About 45% female. And Linda Simpson is a great resource, by the way, when talking about police interaction and an understanding of what it was like to be a police officer in those times. Gosh, my hair actually really does kind of look good. I probably should wear this. I should wear this piece a little more often. It does look kind of cute. So, really, I mean, you're going to say that, sure. So left-wing terrorists murdered 65 people between 1975 and the present. So the GOP's assertion that left-wing people are guilty of violence and left-wing individuals are the ones that are killing people is just flat out wrong. So from 75 to now, we're talking 50 years. In 50 years, left-wing extremist organizations are responsible for 65 deaths, representing about 2% of all terrorism-related deaths during that period. When you exclude the 9/11 attacks, the left-wing share rises to 10% of murders of terrorist attacks. That's still drastically lower than the number of right-wing terrorist orgs and right-wing influenced deaths that happened. The contemporary threat from left-wing violence appears to be primarily focused on property destruction and not actual people. So asserting that Charlie Kirk was killed by a lefty is just bullshit. I mean, just complete and total bullshit. The statistical evidence reveals a dramatic disparity between right-wing and left-wing violence. Right-wing terrorists account for 391 murders, 11% of the total when including 9/11, 63% of the total when excluding it. Compared to left-wing terrorists, 65 murders, 2% with 9/11 and 10% without it. While examining the broader historical context, the disparity becomes even more pronounced. The systemic lynching campaigns of the early to mid 20th century alone account for thousands and thousands of deaths, far exceeding the total casualties from all left-wing violence in American history in its total. Right-wing violence has typically enjoyed broader social acceptance and institutional support because the government is a bunch of right-wing nutjob fuckheads. And so, to Ann's point, yes, they are trying to build a lying narrative around Tyler Robinson. They can't say Tyler Robinson was trans, so now they're saying that Tyler Robinson's roommate was a trans person, and that trans person infected him, even though Tyler Robinson, Tyler Robinson's roommate was completely unaware of the fact that he, was going to kill somebody, that he was going to kill.
There was a Onion article that said that he had a ride with a trans person, so therefore he has a tie to the trans community.
Oh, Jesus.
So the Onion nailed it.
Right. I'd say here's the thing. When the establishment is using the Onion to validate their claims. Like when the Onion and the right wing people are like in lockstep with each other, it's fucking horrible. It's just fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. Bathrobe guy joined. Hey, cool. How's it going, bathrobe guy? So, yeah, I mean, there's temporal patterns and evolutions. I mean, during the 60s and 70s, many extremists joined left-wing groups, but they were spurred by civil rights or the Vietnam War or whatever was happening at the time. By the 90s, more extremists were joining right-wing organizations, including militias and white supremacist groups, than any left-wing individual was. You know, starting in the late 70s, political violence shifted rightward with the rise of white supremacy. Contemporary threat assessment analysis built around that. The majority of political violence in the 21st century has been committed by right-leaning organizations and perpetrators. As of 2021, political violence comes overwhelmingly from the right, and they can't reconcile it. They really can't. Miranda, are you cooking food or can I drag you? It's either going to be you or Lisa, Miranda. So I just need to know which one. A 2023 poll by PRRI reported that 1 in 3 Republicans supported political violence as a whole. Miranda, I'll save it for the end. When we talk about queer shit. I want Lisa's opinion for a minute. So, understanding the asymmetry of American political violence is crucial, utterly and totally crucial.
What am I opinionating?
Political violence. Political violence is starkly right wing now.
Yeah.
When it was not. When it was not before.
My son was all upset because he just saw that they said a Virginia City Councilman on fire.
Right.
And he said, no, it was a Democrat that got set on fire. But it was a Republican. But he was actually attacked by someone who knew it.
What?
Yeah,
really?
It wasn't political.
Was not political.
It was just a political thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
That really does not sit well with me. Holy shit.
Stephen King had all his books pulled out of the bookstore.
I'm not hearing any echo, Linda, so I don't. I
am muted. That's the thing. I don't know where my echo's from. There I am. I'm muted again.
Okay. Brandon, can you still hear it?
There I am. I cut out of it entirely.
Okay.
Where's
Here, let's bring. We're right at Queer Story Hour. Is it on, Lisa? We're gonna find out.
Kick me out.
Yeah, I can bring you back. I can bring you back.
We did that. Truly last week.
Oh, is it on me now? Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm the responsible party.
Could be.
But I can't go and come back. Do I have the power to bring somebody back? I do have that power. Oh, so Brandon's ducking out on us now, though. That's painful. Brandon, I'm not feeling the love anymore. Should I try that again?
Except that the stream won't mind.
Yeah.
Kick me out and put me back in. See if that fixes it.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna kick you out. Okay. Is there an echo now? There shouldn't be any echoing now.
Okay. Any better?
I don't know. Let's skip. Okay, Brandon, is there an echo now?
There is with me.
Oh, it's with you now. Holy shit.
Well, there's with Lisa. I hear one with Lisa too.
All right, well, let's find out if it's Lisa. Okay, so here we go.
Gosh.
Okay, bye, Lisa. All right, so now, do you have an echo now?
This was. Yeah. This was happening with me with Karen last week. Just couldn't get rid of it.
Okay, is that better? Well, shit. I'm going to have to go to headphones then. Well, now I have to ask, do you like the brown one or the red one better?
I kind of think, well, I kind of think the red, but I don't know.
I think it matters which dress I'm wearing. If I wore the red one with this with this dress, then yeah, it would look better. But I wanted to like go down my hairpiece because people were like, "Wendy, you should wear your hairpieces during lives or whatever." So people would stop calling you who's the boy in the video? Well, okay, fuck that. I'm so tired of hearing that narrative. It really bugs me, and I'm sick of it.
Can I just sign instead of talking?
Right. Hey, your buddy Ben's in here. You think if I invited him, he'd jump?
Oh, Ben Yolance?
Yeah.
Oh, he would probably come. I mean, he goes on lives all the time, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, he's a real journalist, though. I'm not a real journalist.
He is much more. He's smarter with the things and the politics than I am. Ugh, the echo though. My gosh.
It must be a Substack problem.
Yeah. It was echoing with Karen the other day, and then we redid it on Sunday, and it was fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just traffic. Oh.
Well, I muted myself, so I. Yeah.
So when you're muted, I don't echo.
No. That's weird, right?
Well, it could be like, the talking sticks, like in groups and stuff. Yeah. You mute you when I'm talking, and I'll mute me.
Your friend Ben doesn't like me, so.
He just doesn't know you yet.
Oh, well, shit. I mean, the only way I get people to, Edward, yeah, it's all about being comfortable. This one I tend to not play with as much because I like the way it frames my face, and that's why I have this one. The other one is a little bit heavier in the front, but I like its color better. So, Anyway, so Brandon, here we go. Queer. We can talk about queer stuff now. We could talk. By the way, I updated my phone today to iOS 26 or whatever, and it's iOS Glass, and it's all changed and shit, and it's all different. And I don't know. I hate it.
Yeah. I'm Android. Apple is it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know.
So here's the funny thing: George Santos lost his chance to get revenge on Jimmy Kimmel.
George Santos.
Yes.
What's his beef with Jimmy?
So a federal appeals court has ruled that disgraced gay former Representative George Santos, who was a Republican from New York, cannot bring a copyright lawsuit against Jimmy Kimmel, which he was trying to do to give Jimmy Kimmel the finger. Santos tried to sue Kimmel for purchasing short videos from Santos on the platform Cameo for the use in a comedic segment entitled "Will Santos Say It?"
So he bought videos from George Santos.
Yes.
But George Santos tried to sue him because he used them on his show.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, exactly. For defamatory. See, now you're going to laugh. I did the same thing to Kevin Sorbo. So Kevin Sorbo, who we all remember him from Hercules in the Hercules show in the 90s, right? Well, he's super Christian. Like he's disturbingly Christian. So one year around my birthday, I tried to basically he did the same thing. Well, I don't think it was on Cameos. It was on another service. But if you paid him money, he would wish you happy birthday the way that you wanted to be wished happy birthday.
Oh, dear.
And so my attempts to get him to tell me happy birthday in a live video was he was in a movie called Meet the Spartans, which was a campy take on the 300 film. And there's a scene in the movie where he kisses another dude. And so my birthday note was, I wanted Kevin Sorbo to say, "Happy birthday, Wendy. I'd love to kiss you like I did the other guy in Meet the Spartans." And he wouldn't do it.
Whoa.
And they refunded me the money or whatever.
Well, that's kind of hypocritical, isn't it? I mean, he did it for money in a movie.
Right. Yeah, if he's doing it for money, I should get my birthday note.
I would think so.
That says, "Happy birthday, Wendy. I want to kiss you like I kissed the guy in Meet the Spartans."
Yeah.
So a federal appeals court has ruled that Santos can't do that, and he's shit out of luck. And so, here's the big one, and I did not realize this. So we lost Robert Redford today.
Yeah.
So I was very sad about that. But get this, he was a bisexual in a film.
Like an older one?
Yep. And so the film Inside Daisy Clover, after a series of stage and television appearances in the 50s and 60s, Redford had his first proper film role in 1962 with the largely forgotten War Hunt. Though it's his work in the 1965 drama Inside Daisy Clover that many consider a major breakthrough. And it was a Mulligan film, so it was the same guy that did To Kill a Mockingbird. Inside Daisy Clover stars Natalie Wood as the titular teenage tomboy who gets discovered by a movie studio producer and is quickly fashioned into a movie star. It's a dark film, and it's but but Redford's character in that film, coded as a villain because of the fucking Hays Code bullshit, was decidedly bisexual, and people want to forget this, and so it was a brilliant role for him too, by the way, because he was like the bisexual bad boy. And so that film was really cool. So if you have never seen that movie, you should watch it because
what was it called again?
Inside Daisy Clover.
I don't have it right now.
Oh, Bushy, thank you. I love this ring. This ring came as a set, so there's two others that wrap around it, and I got that for a reason, and I'm pretty sure you could figure out why.
A pen. My kingdom for a pen.
Oh, wait. So you're actually going to write something down? Oh, that's classy, Brandon. That's classy.
You see his little tie?
Yep. That makes me happy. Your pen makes me very happy, Brandon.
Inside, I've already forgotten it. Daisy's Clover?
Yes, Inside Daisy Clover. Inside Daisy Clover. So now the downswing is that there's a Red Hood DC series that was supposed to come out. The author of which is a trans person. DC fired. Yes, a DC Comics series. You know who the Red Hood is, right?
Not Red Riding Hood, I guess.
No, so the Red Hood, somebody will correct me on this, I'm sure, but Jason Todd was one of the Robin characters from the Batman history.
Oh.
And Todd was killed. Well, at some point, he was killed by the Joker. And it was a turning point. Batman got really dark for a while after that because Todd got killed. And so, what happened was Ra's al Ghul took the body and threw the body into the Lazarus pit. Well, it was too long for Todd to have been dead before he got tossed into the pit. And when he came out, he went crazy. And he took on the moniker of the Red Hood. And he became the Batman that would kill people.
Was that kind of like Superman when he died and they brought him back and he was all weird?
Yeah, right. So Jason Todd went crazy and he decided it was okay to kill people. Well, anyway, so they were going to do a limited series. Well, the author, Gretchen Felker Martin, who is trans, by the way, made a series of Charlie Kirk posts, and DC fired her. That was bullshit.
Yeah, I heard some people getting fired because of their stance on Charlie Kirk and that kind of stuff.
Well, and then during the Charlie Kirk show today that had JD Vance on it, which, by the way, all of the official White House social media accounts boosted Vance's hosting of the Charlie Kirk show.
Charlie Kirk show.
Yes, the Charlie Kirk show. There's also a rumor that Trump wants to try to get Charlie Kirk put on an American bill.
Oh no.
Yep. Like the 5 or the 10 or some shit like that. How fucking stupid would that be?
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Right.
Would you rather?
Oh, here we go.
Would you rather have Charlie Kirk's now I'm doing it. Charlie Kirk's photo on the $5 bill or Donald Trump?
Okay, here you go. Here's how far I would go. Okay, I would take one for the team, and I would toss Donald Trump's salad to avoid Kirk or Trump ending up on any money anywhere.
No, you've got it. You have to choose one. Well, one of them isn't getting on a bill. Which one is it going to be?
Fuck. Well, cash. I mean, I don't use cash anymore, so I'd never have to see it. Fine, I'd be okay with Trump being on a $5 bill.
Well, that's what I would go for that too, because I mean, he is the president.
Which is the bill I use the absolute least, and it would be that bill. Yeah, it would be the one that I would never use. And as long as it's not the $1 bill, because that's. Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Well, we need the ones,
right? They need to bring back the $2 bill, and then they can put them on that.
Well, I was going to say put him on the penny, and they'll get rid of that pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because we're going to ban the penny eventually.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of the penny?
Right. So yeah, there's this. There's the whole bit about that. And then it's come out that Donald Trump has no idea who Democratic assassination victim Melissa Hortman is. Like he didn't know who she was.
What you mean? Like even after she died or she got killed?
Yeah, like no, she got killed, and somebody asked him, but I don't know who that is. This is where we are. This is where we are. People get killed, and the president doesn't know who the fuck they are.
Maybe he wasn't told about her.
How would the president not be told about that person's? I don't know.
I'm just trying to throw some excuse out there.
And then in the same speech, by the way, Trump said that flag burners should be jailed for life.
Life?
And yes, and that all pride flags should be banned from the U.S. permanently, even for personal use.
Oh.
That waving a pride flag anywhere, even on your house, should be a criminal offense.
What if we say we're fans of Noah?
Is that a euphemism for something?
No, Noah, the rainbow, the ark, and the Bible.
Oh, we could like claim biblical. Yeah, we're trying to take it back. Oh gosh, honey, we're just trying to take the rainbow back. We're not gay or anything.
Not in this house.
Oh gosh,
not in this house.
Oh gosh, heavens, yes. Oh, that would be brilliant. That would be totally and utterly brilliant. So yeah, I like to think
religious freedom.
Yeah, religious freedom, exactly. And then Nancy Mace opened her fucking mouth again. And she dehumanized colleagues just days after saying she never dehumanized any of her colleagues. So she said she never dehumanized her colleagues, and then she perpetually misgenders the McBride, the trans congresswoman. But she tells people she doesn't dehumanize anybody. And then she says that it's okay for her to dehumanize trans people because they deserve it. We deserve it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm fucking tired of that bitch. I really am. I want that bitch in the next election to lose her goddamn seat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to hang up a pride flag, and if somebody asks me about it, that's me celebrating Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat.
See, there you go.
Prove me wrong.
It's got religious freedom written all over it.
Yep. No, that's got religious freedom written all over it. Prove me wrong. Water is wet, motherfucker. Prove me wrong.
What if we start just wearing all rainbow clothes and stuff?
Oh yeah, like we try to flood it so that like nobody can tell one way versus the other. Hasn't that happened before? Hasn't a society tried to do that? Make things like commonplace and normal so that they could hide the fact they were doing shit?
They can take the flag. We can put a pole, a rainbow pole, stick it in the yard or on the house.
I'd be okay with that.
I mean, come up with something else.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Just no pink. I hate pink, but whatever. Gosh, Joe, are you really telling me you don't like pink? Oh, Ben Shapiro's wife is not dry. Doesn't even describe it. Here you go, Brandon. I'm gonna bring your friend on.
Who?
Oh, you'll be happy in a minute.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Give it a second. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm dying from the
anticipate. Yeah. Shall we play the here?
Sorry.
Don't fucking apologize. Just get on. Jesus Christ.
So I just time. Why talk about what I was supposed to?
Wait, what are we supposed to talk about?
Were we just talking about Ben Shapiro?
Yeah. Ben Shapiro's wife is like, that's probably a desert down there at the bottom.
Dude, tell me about it.
Aaron, what does your shirt say?
Oh, it's an X-File.
Oh, okay. I want to believe. All right, cool. All right. You're back to being a little bit cool now.
I mean, I just want
to Oh, you're unstable again. I think that Substack is still experiencing a DDoS.
What does that mean?
Distributed denial of service attack. I think external entities are picking on Substack. You know, because they can't do it to YouTube because YouTube is so huge.
I think the echo adds an exciting dramatic
flair. Well, Ben, I tried to invite you into the live and you didn't accept, so I'm pretty sure that Ben hates me or something.
He doesn't have as much of a dramatic flair as we do.
I don't know. I could be pretty dramatic.
I'm saying he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
He may not be able to match our energy. I don't know.
Oh, Ben, I sent you an invite. Ben Delancey, I totally sent you an invite. I definitely wanted to give you like 5 minutes to. I would love for Ben to ask me like any question.
Oh, he can come up with a good one, I'm sure.
When I just joined, I had to go into the notification. The little black box didn't.
Really?
If you want to try Ben again.
Yeah, let's try. I want to try Ben again. Because I don't fucking like you. Oh, gosh. No, really.
Her echoing was even worse than mine.
Yeah, like the echo is like cool or whatever, but
what's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Ben, I sent an invite this time.
Walter and I ran into some trouble the other day.
Right, okay.
Oh, hey, Ben.
Oh,
So you were having issues too?
I think she was talking at least, but
Yeah, you're echoing too.
yeah, you're echoing too, but it's cool. I love your background, by the way.
thank you. Yeah, my room is entirely too colorful.
I not for the understimulated. Gosh, okay, well, first time on Wendy the Druid, you can literally ask me any question. Doesn't matter what it is, and I will answer it, and then you can talk for 3 minutes.
Favorite color? Go.
Blue, no. Wait. A burgundy. Burgundy is actually my favorite color. And for whatever reason, people say that I should wear burgundy colored clothes and shit. And so that's why I have dresses like this one. Because people anything in the burgundy, like burgundy and mauve and like earth red tones, whatever.
I've never given enough thought to the specific shades. I usually just say blue or purple or orange.
Blue, purple, or orange. That's an interesting color combination.
Yeah, it is.
That's an interesting color combination. So
have you worn those three in conjunction with each other?
Yes, I certainly have.
Oh.
So did you know that Robert Redford played a bisexual character before?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Who? What character?
So in '65, he did a movie called Inside Daisy Clover. And it's about Natalie Wood is in it, so it's a Natalie Wood movie. And Redford plays a haze-coated. So you know what haze coating is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he plays a haze-coated bisexual character.
I didn't know that. And Robert Redford in general is one of those actors that I kind of feel like miss me generationally just a bit. I know that he's one of the great actors of all time, and many people are reeling right now. But I don't have too many Robert Redford movies I've seen. I did see the original Gatsby, but I much prefer the Baz Luhrmann version.
Well, it's like, okay, so like Electric Cowboy, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. My favorite '80s movie of his, which also probably nobody is Legal Eagles, was a really brilliant movie. But yeah, like if you like the '70s and '80s, he did a bunch of '70s and '80s films that were memorable. But like his the films he did in the '60s are the ones that people sort of crow about.
I haven't seen him in very many things.
Yeah,
I saw him
like Paul Newman. Like Paul Newman was a brilliant actor, but if there were the movies that he did in the '60s going into the early '70s are the movies everyone's like, oh, those were the fucking badass films that he was in. Hi, Morgan, by the way. Versus people like later like Days of Thunder, I think was his one of his big Color of Money. Which, by the way, the '80s film The Color of Money, people don't realize that's a sequel. That was a sequel to Newman's movie The Hustler from '64, I think, or whatever. But yeah, so I realized that Redford is such a like. I mean, everybody remembers his character from Avengers, right?
Sorry, I'm not laughing at Morgan's
Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America. That was like whenever I tell people, like, have you ever seen a Redford movie? Well, wasn't he the dude? Yeah, wasn't he the like villain dude or whatever in the Winter Soldier? Oh yeah,
yeah.
He was that old.
I was just watching Doctor Strange with my uncle a couple days ago. He was very adamant about seeing it, despite being opposed to nearly everything that my father and I suggested that we watch together.
It was very ironic. He's been staying with us all week, and we've been having the hardest time finding something to fit into our Venn diagram. And he just objects to absolutely everything. But the one thing that he brought up was, let's watch Doctor Strange. And I'm still kind of surprised by that.
Is that an ideological thing, or is that like a preference thing?
He is so incredibly brilliant, but his brilliance has left him walled off from many things, I would say. He has an objection to most places to go and most things to watch, and it's a little frustrating sometimes, but he is an unquestionable genius.
So, see, I have that issue, but it's not that I'm brilliant, it's that I have a really solidly eidetic memory, and the byproduct of that is that I detect patterns really well, which is one of the reasons why I don't listen to my partner, by the way. Just sneaks in upstairs. Yeah, just ignore that. So, for instance, I detect patterns really well. So when patterns happen in a certain capacity, so I went to see The Sixth Sense. No, I have to sneeze. Christ. So I went to see The Sixth Sense, and I got halfway through it and then left.
What?
Yeah, because I figured out he was dead.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, like got to the scene in the movie where he's talking to the wife in the restaurant, and I was like, "She's not oh," and then I walked out of the movie.
That must have been a shame to catch the biggest twist of the movie beforehand.
Well, yeah, like my friend asked me, here was what I almost got into a fight with somebody when that happened, because my friend was with me, and my friend was like, "Oh, Wendy, why are you leaving?" And I'm like, "Oh, because I already know he's dead." And like 5 people jumped up in the theater and said, "Shut up, you just ruined it for me."
That's horrible. I'm glad I wasn't in that theater.
So, yeah, I've had interesting movie experiences. Like, I've got a great horror movie story. So have you ever seen any of the Halloween movies?
I kind of detest the Halloween movies, if I'm being honest with myself. It's the slasher genre in general that has never really pulled me in all that much. I really do love horror, but it's more the psychological side of things that I can enjoy.
You and my partner. My partner loves like Insidious and the like oh my God, it was my child's birthday over the weekend, and they came down here in the living room to watch The Conjuring. I cannot watch that movie. And I'm upstairs and they're like watching it, and then you hear my 16-year-old go, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I can't watch that." But the slasher films or whatever, I deal with those a little bit better, but only if I can watch it in a theater full of people. So I went to a showing of 3 Halloween movies back to back to back to back. But I went to an inner city theater, and so predominantly the larger body of people in that theater were persons of color. And so that made like the slasher surprise genre work out, because like the people on either side of me were like, "Oh, don't go in there," and then the murder would happen, and then I could deal with it.
Of course.
Yeah, they took all the shock out of like Mike Myers would kill somebody in the next frame, but they would say something about it. And oh God, thank you.
There's this theater we used to go to, but it was a similar situation to what you mentioned. And the commentary that people would add throughout would just add so much to the movie. Just the constant, don't go in there. I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah. That's why isn't that why people still go to see Rocky? People go to see Rocky Horror because of the commentary, not because of the actual movie. You have seen Rocky Horror, right, Brandon?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, only for the first time, like a couple of years ago.
What?
I went to a live performance for the first time. I grew up a sheltered little boy.
That's the thing. I'm sorry, but that's like a gay initiation. That like should be one of your like
I
first.
wasn't out at that time.
No, but I mean, like the minute you came out, you should have like the weekend after gone to see Rocky Horror in a theater or something.
The first time I experienced it was live performance, and that was awesome.
Oh,
I went to a what's it called? A pop-up bar that was Rocky Horror
really
themed, and they had the movie playing. So I watched it while we were there, but then I watched it again all the way through later.
My only experience with the Rocky Picture Show was on a first date with somebody at my house, and she sang along with every single song from the movie, and I'm just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, the fandom around that film is kind of nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like hugely nostalgic.
Yeah.
I make people laugh. So the guy that played a riffraff in the movie, he's actually in my favorite 80s dark fantasy movie, which is a film with John Hurt and Rufus Sewell called Dark City.
Mm-hmm.
With Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, if you're into dark sci-fi, watch the movie Dark City from the mid to late 80s. It's a fucked up movie, but it's actually kind of cool.
One other thing I wanted to mention, circling back a little bit, is the one technical slasher that I can say is a spectacular movie. If you haven't seen any of Jordan Peele's movies, both Get Out and Us, I think are not only among the best horror movies ever made, but Us is the only slasher that has really, really worked for me from beginning to end.
So Us is a slasher movie then.
Not Get Out, but Us is at least.
Yeah, but Us is. So I watched the one where the thing is like, it's the thing in the sky or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That was my least favorite of the three.
And it was okay. I mean, I get the cinematography was great.
Yep.
But the story was kind of weak. And so but then my partner was like, but we have to watch Us. And I'm like, okay, but tell me it's going to be better than that movie was.
I think that Jordan Peele and Ari Aster are two directors who followed a similar trajectory, where their first two movies are incredible, and the third one, they just are a little bit too full of themselves and go kind of out there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Aster has rectified things with his most recent movie, but yeah, Jordan Peele started off with those two masterpieces, and the third one had a lot of merit, had plenty going for it, but didn't quite do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott's been chasing like his 4 big movies iteratively over and over and over and over. Like he's been trying to capture like Gladiator all over again. That'll never happen. Just like, I'll get Blade Runner again. No, no, you won't. From a director's perspective, that's why I like I always respected John Carpenter, because John Carpenter was like, I'm not going to remake my shit. I'm going to do my shit. It'll be memorable, and then people will just watch it.
Was the Halloween trilogy you saw in theaters the most recent one?
No. I get talked into. I mean, she's tried to talk me into a Serbian film before. I just won't do it. Because that movie is so viscerally disturbing that I don't think any... I've read the Wikipedia page about that movie. I would never actually watch it.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen that one myself, but I've heard stories.
Yeah, that one, you should only watch a Serbian film if you have a very high constitution.
The movie I just watched last night, which is arguably an even more tense watch than it was when it came out, was Alex Garland's Civil War.
Oh, that movie's hard.
Yeah.
And two, I would never have imagined Nick Offerman in that role.
What? Oh, Nick Offerman. Okay, yeah.
I would never have imagined him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting cast. I don't think that he fell short, but just with his prior context in cinema, it was an interesting choice. I wouldn't.
It's A24 Civil War, Brandon, is a really hard watch because it's a little too close. It's a little too close to reality.
Yeah.
They filmed a bunch of it here in Atlanta. Actually, there's the stadium scene in the middle of the film. Ben, that was actually filmed like 4 miles away from here.
Yeah, the cinematography in that movie is really spectacular. I love the scenes where they're driving from city to city, and it really, the color really pops, and it reminds me a lot of just driving around in my home state. I don't know if they filmed anything in Pennsylvania, but so much of the Northeast looks identical that it could easily be.
So you're in Pennsylvania?
Yep. It's just outside Philly.
Is it Philly or Pitts?
Sorry, what was that?
Is it Philly or Pitts?
Just outside of Philadelphia.
Okay. So all of my friends live in Pittsburgh. Live outside
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. And so, wait. So that means I have to ask. When you order a Philly cheesesteak, do you eat it with the cheese whiz on it or not?
American all the way. I think Cheese Whiz is at least valid. I'm not going to not enjoy it just because it has Cheese Whiz, but American is objectively better, if we're being honest here.
No. Look, I 100% agree with you. There's a Philly cheesesteak joint here in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, called Woody's, and the guy that runs the joint grew up in Philadelphia. He was an account executive in Philadelphia. Then he retired and he moved down to Atlanta to open a Philly cheesesteak joint.
I was about to call heresy until you mentioned that he was at least from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
When I see places selling Philadelphia cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, I'm like, you guys are freaking liars.
No, and so I asked him, like, we went in there one day and I'm like, will you put Cheese Whiz on it? He was like, oh, I'll put it on there if you want it. People down here don't like it, but I'll put it on there if you want it. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. And so I did one time, and then, lived that nostalgia. Because I worked in Philadelphia when I was a DoD contractor for a number of years, and so I did a bunch of Department of Defense work in Philadelphia, of all places. And so I remember going down to the corner shops or whatever, and I was a real foodie back then. I'm not that way anymore. So.
Yeah, I wish I had a bit more positive to say about my city, but one place in which we really, really flourish is just food.
Right.
I've never been a huge sports fan, so I think that I've missed out on so much of the culture of my city as a result, because we are a big sports city.
Right.
Yeah. Eagles.
Go Eagles. Doesn't Warren Moon still live in Philly, I guess, or something?
Sorry, what was that?
Warren Moon is like a Philadelphia national hero or something, right?
I'm ashamed to say I'm not sure if I know that name.
Oh, Warren Moon was like the late 70s, early 80s, and maybe even mid to late 80s and early 90s quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Yeah.
He had a really interesting reputation. He was one of those quarterbacks that told people, I want to run with the kickoff team so I can learn how to tackle people. And like the coach would look at him and go, "You're the fucking quarterback. Why do you want to learn to do that?" And so Warren Moon was certainly a personality in his time.
I've got a very annoying habit with my friends of trying to combine as many different sports as I can into a single sentence. Just, I heard the Eagles got a walk-off home run at the end of the final inning. That was only two. I could have done better there.
That's actually funny, though.
It's especially funny around people I don't know. Like, there's this gym I go to where the sauna conversation always gets co-opted by sports. And occasionally I'll just throw in one of those in there and people look at me like I'm a fucking moron.
But it shuts them up really fucking quick, right?
They're like, yeah, okay.
Why does the sauna and the steam room have to be co-opted by sports talk almost immediately when you go? I haven't worked out in a gym in a very long time, but I always hated that. Like you'd go and sit in the steam room, and then some dude would start talking, and you'd be like, "Why are you talking? Just shut up! I'm trying to relax."
Occasionally, I'll feel a really existential conversation in there, and there are some people who appreciate it. It's not everyone, but occasionally someone will take off their headphones and be like, "Hey, this conversation sounds interesting. I kind of want to get in on this."
They probably have to talk about sports to make sure everybody knows this is not a gay thing. We're in the steam room, but we're not gay. We're talking about sports.
Literally, that's definitely.
Brandon, I don't think that talking about sports excludes you from.
Oh, I know that's the stereotypical thing.
I mean, have you ever watched a baseball player give somebody a good game? That's not gay at all. I swear it's not. I watched a baseball player run up and grab a guy's cup before. How is that not gay? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. All right, well, we're right at the top of the hour. Brandon, thank you. Ben, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you, bud.
I promise we're fun. Again. I promise we're fun most of the time.
I think that we have done pretty well with the echo taken into account.
Yeah, the echoing is
it's a bit of a barrier to work past, but I think we're
now it's just a. I just don't know. Is that a Substack? Is it a Substack problem, or now it's like I want to go live on YouTube and see if it's me? I don't think so, but.
Walter and I ran into some issues with our live that we did a couple of days ago. It wasn't the same issue, but it was connection. Major connection problems.
Latency connection related. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Of course. All right. Well, Brandon, Ben, thank you both.
Yep. Nice talking to you.
Yep. Pleasure.
Yep.
Ben's out. Brandon. So, okay. Well, gosh, everybody, it was a really good session tonight. So I'm going to ask if you guys give me a bunch of hearts. Should I keep wearing my hair into the lives? If I get hearts, I will continue wearing my hair into the lives. Especially if you think my hair actually looks good. So with that, I will tell all of you, thank you. If you're new, subscribe. We're in a state of transition, but subscribe anyway. It's hard to see the hair is cute. It has to grow on me. So, and so with that, I will tell all of you, if you're new, subscribe. If you're free, consider becoming a paid sub. We run the publication like a family. We're all family here. We all care about each other. It's all about community. I will start to say this, and then Craigers will certainly start to indicate the same. If you're in a safe space, get there and stay there. I can't do this without you guys. We can't do this without each other. That's how we get through all of this bullshit that we're going through right now. And so, with that, I will tell all of you, be safe out there. Good night. Be good. Do good things. And I love you all. And thank you.